Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to crop a live camera preview using CameraX in Flutter Android application. So let's get started. So first I'll show you guys the output. I'm mirroring my device using Android Studio. That's why I've opened Android Studio. Now given that I'm mirroring my device, the output might be a little bit laggy, just bear with me. So I'll first give the camera permission, and I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it did crop it like just to prove it to you. So this is the output which you are seeing right now, right? I'll just put down my device and here are the crop values. I'll just change this a bit, maybe, I don't know, just change this to -2, this to 2, this to -2 as well. Again, you don't have to use Android Studio. I'll show you everything from VS Code itself. So yeah, don't worry too much about it. Let's rerun the application. Now I want to share with you few caveats. You should use at least Flutter 3.32 higher, otherwise you will face lot of Gradle issue when you try to run the application. And secondly, I'm not using any third-party library. I have used native code for everything. So now here you can see this is the output. So this is what the crop effect is. I'll just click on take photo. So it's up to you, like depending on the value, whatever you do. And here we are just displaying the image. So hopefully you got the point. Again, I'll just change this value back to original. Okay, let's go to main.dart first, and over here so first you have to import dart.io. Then we need to import this Flut app. This is the name of my project, right? That's why I've written Flut app over here. So you will have to write your own project name. And this is the my camera view.dart file. Then here we import material.dart as well as services.dart. Then this is the boilerplate code which is present by default. And here I have this my homepage widget. So I've just refactored it. It is a stateful widget. Like I said, we are only doing it for Flutter Android, so I'm ignoring other platform. So only for Android the permission is false by default. Here I have defined this method channel of camera permission, and inside initiative platform is Android. Then we just call get camera permission over here. Then here we invoke a method called get camera permission. Here we get a result, okay, and if the result is true, we just set this value to true as well. Then here we have this build where we define this scaffold. Permission is granted, then we just define a safe area child of my camera view, and here we have another safe area where we just display a text of give camera permission as well. So yeah, here we are just referencing this my camera view. So if I just open that, here I have created this dart file for it. Here we are importing dart.io, Flutter material, Flutter services, and here you can see we have created the stateful widget. Here I have defined this method channel of camera view. Here is our image URL as well. Here is our creation params. If platform is Android and if image URL is not equal to empty, then we display the image using image.file. Else we display the Android view, which is display the preview camera as well as the take photo button. And for all other platform, we just define the display the placeholder. Then inside on platform view created, we just define this callback as well. And here we have this callback like send from native. So here we get the image URL, we just set it over here. Next you will have to go to the, I'll just close everything. Okay, also we don't require this. I'll just delete this. Okay, so first you will have to go to the Android app folder, go to build.gradle.kts. you need to add dependency block. So here you need to add this camera core, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, then Android X camera media 3 effect as well as Android X media 3 effect and constraint layout. This camera media 3 is still in alpha at the time of me recording. So if it does become stable, make sure you use the stable version. Then go to Android manifest.xml. We just need to open Android manifest.xml, and here we use this uses feature of Android hardware camera. Then we have the require the camera permission, write external storage permission as well as internet permission. Then we need to go to Kotlin, and here first we go to this main activity and first we add all these imports which are there. Then here we have this class main activity which extends from Flutter activity. Here is our request permission where we request the camera as well as write external storage permission. Here we have this method channel result as well. Here we override this on request permission result. If the permission is granted, then we just send back true, else we send back as false. Here we have this helper method just to check whether all permissions was granted or not. Here we have this configure Flutter engine. So here we just register our camera view. So here we have this Kotlin file called my camera view factory. Then here we have this method channel where we pass the camera permission, and if the method name is get camera permission, then we just do activity compat dot request permission. So yeah, that's what we are doing over here. Yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. Now here we are registering or using a Kotlin file called my camera view factory. So you will have to create a Kotlin file called my camera view factory. Now this is again boilerplate code which you have to write every time you want to embed a native Android view inside your Flutter application. Only thing is you will have to change your package name, which you can get it from your main activity. Rest everything will remain the same. So here you can see this is all the code there is. You don't have to really understand it, it's boilerplate code. And here you can see we are referencing another Kotlin file called my camera view. So you'll have to create this file as well. So here is our again package name. So there are a lot of imports, so feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports which are there. Then here we first have this image capture, process camera provider or constraint layout. Preview is the camera preview which we see. Then here is our button as well. Method channel for sending the data back to Flutter side. Here is our camera executor service. Here is the file name format. Then here we set the layout params to our constraint layout. Here we define our constraint set as well, and then we constrained our preview view to all sides of the screen, and from the bottom we leave a margin of 200. Then here is our button as well, and here we constrained our button to the bottom of the screen, so we just leave a margin of 20. Then here we add a click listener to our button as well. Then here we call setup camera. So inside setup camera we start our camera as well as initialize our camera executor. And here is our take photo button as well, where we define the simple date format. We do content values dot apply, passing the display name mime type, and if Android version greater than P, we also set the relative path. Then here we just do image capture dot output file options. Then we just do dot take picture method. We override on error as well as on image saved, and inside on image saved, here you can see this is how we send the data from image URL back from native Android side to Flutter side over here. We shut down our camera executor, we unbind our camera provider. This is just a helpful method which we have defined, which helps us to get the image URL back. Here we override the get view method, we return constraint layout. Here is our dispose method where we shut down our camera executor. Here we call start camera as well, where we define the aspect ratio strategy, resolution selector. We do camera provider future dot add listener as well. Here we define our preview view. Here is our image capture as well. Here is our default back camera. Here we do use case group dot builder add preview as well as image capture use case. Here is our media 3 effect as well. Here we set the crop effect. Now you can change this value to whatever you feel like. Then here we add this media 3 effect. Then we unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the live cycle. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.